When Will Smith got on stage at the Oscars and slapped Chris Rock over a joke, we all knew something bad was going to follow. We shouldn't live in a world where people can get physically attacked for telling jokes, even if they're offensive. But Dave Chappelle was attacked at his show last night. Someone got on stage and lunged at him, knocking him to the ground. And I really wanted to talk about this because this man has now been charged. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this is an NBC News article, and when I initially saw this, I was shocked. I couldn't believe that this had happened because obviously, over the past couple of months, I've talked about Dave Chappelle quite a few times on the channel. There's been a lot of controversy with him, a lot of people who have wanted to cancel him, and now he's the one being attacked. So, it says Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage on Tuesday night by a man who ran up and tackled the stand-up comedian during a performance at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. We knew after the Will Smith situation, there were going to be other situations like this. I mean, even comedians came forward and shunned Will Smith and said, Will Smith, you're a terrible person for doing this because you are putting us in danger. You are risking our safety when we go to shows. And unfortunately, another situation that's similar has happened now. It says in a video posted to social media, a man can be seen running onto the stage before leveling Chappelle as security officers race to intervene. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed the incident, telling NBC Los Angeles that the man was armed with a replica gun that could eject a real knife blade when discharged correctly, but it was unclear if he made an attempt to use the weapon. As we know right now, Dave Chappelle is fine. Nothing happened to him. He wasn't injured. He was, of course, as it says, pushed to the ground because the man lunged at him, but the weapon wasn't used against him. As far as we know, he is okay, which is amazing to hear, but unfortunately, no matter how terrible this sounds, there were people months ago when the closer controversy started calling for Dave Chappelle to be attacked and, quote, be put in his place, as some people said. And this could have been one of those people who thought it was okay to do because they saw someone like Will Smith attack a comedian over jokes he didn't like. So I bet this person felt emboldened, like it was okay because of how strongly he disagreed with Chappelle. It's absolutely disgusting, and in no way should making a joke, even if it's distasteful, mean you should be attacked over it. Violence is not the answer, and now this person has been charged. It says the suspect, identified as Isaiah Lee, 23, has been charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon, an LAPD spokesperson said Wednesday, and his bail is set at $30,000. Maybe this was all just a grasp at attention and he wanted 5 seconds of fame because now his name is everywhere. Obviously, this person is a disgusting human being thinking that it's okay to go on stage and physically attack someone, but who knows, people do crazy things for crazy reasons. But it says the LAPD said Lee was in the audience and then jumped on stage and attacked Chappelle just as he was about to leave. The comedian was performing at the Dave Chappelle and Friends show, which was part of the Netflix is a Joke festival. I know, of course, there were a lot of activists who were furious that Netflix was going forward with this festival. This is something that Dave Chappelle put together. Basically, he got a bunch of comedians to do a bunch of shows together, and there were people that were furious at the closer controversy, saying things like Netflix should cancel this, Netflix shouldn't work with him anymore, Netflix shouldn't give him any more shows and festivals. So maybe this is one of those people who disagreed with the closer, disagreed with Chappelle's jokes, and just absolutely hates his guts. Again, that is not a reason why he should be attacked, but it seems like that's probably the type of person that this is. It says security guards hired for the show intervened and pulled the suspect off the comedian before detaining him, and they say Lee sustained superficial injuries during the altercation and was taken to a hospital. I cannot show the video here because it's pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie, but people from the crowd do have a video that has been posted on social media of him being put into an ambulance. And again, I'm not going to put that here, but it does look pretty graphic. It looks like he got absolutely fucked up over this. I know security apparently beat the shit out of him after dragging him off stage, and I bet he learned his lesson, but even something like this might make someone else feel bold enough to do something similar. And imagine how scary that was for Chappelle. Obviously, he's got nerves of freaking steel because of the controversies and hate he's gotten. He doesn't really care if people don't like him, but it's reported this guy, as it says, had a prop gun that had a knife in it, so Dave could have gotten seriously injured, and I bet that that probably freaked him out. I'm sure that he is going to continue to move forward with the shows that he has. He's never stopped. He probably won't stop, but yeah, I bet that this was pretty terrible for him. It says Chappelle was not injured in the attack, which is absolutely amazing to hear. I'm very, very glad that nothing serious happened to him and that his security was able to handle the situation pretty quickly after it happened. But yeah, apparently he was charged for this, which is great to hear. But it says Brianna Sachs, a BuzzFeed News reporter who attended the show and witnessed the altercation, told NBC News she was left stunned after the suspect charged and tackled Chappelle. Obviously, I think anyone there would have been shocked to see it happen. She said both uniformed security workers and people in plain clothes appeared to rush to Chappelle's aid and started kicking and punching the suspect in an assault that went on for several minutes. She said Chappelle later continued the show joking about the altercation. It was a trans man, he remarked, according to the Hollywood Reporter, but the gender of the attacker was not immediately known. So it sounds like he just kind of continued forward, made a joke about it, and it just seemed like he handled the situation the best to his ability. It says on social media, users who attended the event applauded Chappelle for returning to the stage, calling him a great sport. I think that most people agree with this at this point. I know that there's a lot of comedians that would have been on stage if that had happened to. They would have not gotten back on that stage for the evening. They would have left the event. They probably would have went home, and they would want to forget that this ever happened. But Dave Chappelle is an absolute trooper. He's a great sport. He continued forward. I'm glad that he was not injured during this and that this person has now been charged. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you found this video important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.